able to figure out what causes it. They thought it was caffeine, but it's not. They don't know.
Caffeine is a diuretic, though.
It is, but they said that there's something else in there, because that means that any source of caffeine should cause it, and it doesn't.
Oh, okay,
so,
we're streaming now. Let's
okay.
stop talking about our bowel movements.
I was gonna see if anyone noticed. I just wanted to keep it going for as long as possible.
Are we rolling? Is
Yeah,
this
we're
live?
We're
Okay.
rolling?
Alright, so first things first, we have a really important announcement to make. This is not, we've talked about it like earlier today, and it came down to a vote, and we're gonna shut the group down.
Disconnected. Connected.
You fucking piece of shit.
User entered your email.
It wouldn't start back up. It's like, oh shit.
Okay, we're back.
Alright,
pretty good, pretty good.
yeah.
Pretty good.
I almost sent the group notes, but anyways, so besides that fun joke that we came up with, so there's like some shit that's been going on in with members recently, and this is what I've talked to all parties on this. Everyone knows who they are, and this is my decision on how this is going to roll. Either you guys drop any drama between each other, or you guys bring it up to each other's faces and work this shit out, or get the fuck out of the group. That's all I can say on it. That's as simple as it can get. And like I've told them, at the end of the day, I do not want to kick anyone out, with the exceptions of we find out they're furry. But it's petty. Most of us don't give a shit about it. And in reality, we're actually a really tight-knit group, and we want everyone to kind of work together and enjoy each other's company. Don't fall into outside sources of their way of doing things, because they're mainly retarded. So just that's it. That's all that needs to be said on that topic, and people know who they are. Just drop it and let's move the fuck on. All right?
I would like to say that you guys are lucky Sarah and Ricky interjected, because I was at the point where I was about to start ejecting people. So, don't think that Ricky's being hard on you guys, because I'm gay.
Okay.
So it looks like, if I don't really know too much about it, but Tyro, if you can explain more about what the fuck is going on with the check descriptions. I think that you gave me an explanation.
Oh, okay,
about...
yeah. Tyro, if you want to start off with all the info down there below us.
I think I'm best to begin explaining it, because I actually I made the descriptions and I'm recording the TeamSpeak. So let me actually enlarge the TeamSpeak window while I explain this. So simplest explanation I can go through is that anyone who has the op tag, similarly to how they can already modify the actually I need to freaking enlarge what I'm describing here in the TeamSpeak window. Give me a moment.
So professional.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't ready to explain this, even though it was probably something I knew we were supposed to go over. Okay, now I have it enlarged. Alright, so this part of the TeamSpeak can already be modified by ops, and the Tyro did 9/11 and all these YouTube links. These are for important messages, so that when you log into TeamSpeak, you can glance over and be like, oh, well, I ignored the modal because it's always the same thing, or I'm used to it being the same thing, and then you can look there for important messages. And now I'm introducing these things at the bottom that are channel descriptions. I even put add check description, and what it has is important links. That is something I need to enlarge. Okay, there we go. So now you have things like I'm lazy, I'll do this later. So we have supposed links for shit that will be added eventually when I'm not lazy or when someone else wants to do it. Schedules, which there's no schedule right now for other games, or if we plan a raid in advance or something like that. Server IPs, right now we have our sim name for Second Life and our IP for High Fidelity. Neocron item requests, which is like something Cadet wanted. I'm streaming Desert Online for Sarah and Shaza to fuck around with, or not Sarah, Shaza and whoever else plays Black Desert to fuck around with for like important things of Black Deserts, like raids or whatever. And then Eve stuff, which should primarily take place in the forums. So, like I said, anyone with an op tag can modify it. I don't think anyone here who doesn't have an op or an admin tag needs one, but if you do need one, like, contact me, and I'll talk about it with
We
people.
can also individually assign you guys channel admin on certain things that you might need channel admin on, like say you're trying to recruit out of a game that the rest of us aren't really playing. We can set that up for you. And when you create a channel, you should automatically get channel admin in that channel. So, there is that.
That is correct. Like, it's very trivial to, like, set that kind of thing up.
What if I'm trying to recruit out of the Italian mafia?
Best of luck.
Yeah.
Yes. A more serious question. So this is for games where we commonly play them and we might be getting recruits from them?
That's correct.
Okay, so for me, for example, and obviously Jacob and a few others, we obviously play Overwatch a lot. We've been treating it more competitively, and as a result, we have been getting people who've been coming to us because
Man,
we're
you guys
good
haven't
players.
been any fun.
So yeah, for example, like I could make you guys like if you want to recruit out of Overwatch, like you want to organize like, hey, we're gonna play Overwatch today at this time. Like I could put that information there. Like for instance,
The two that Jacob and I particularly seem to get people who want to constantly buddy up with us is Overwatch and Rainbow Six. And like the
Yeah.
Rainbow Six guys, they're actually pretty consistent in like contacting us and wanting to play and do shit. So
I actually have a thing for games that aren't MMOs. I made it like an activities description thing. So I wrote down, for example, a bunch of us play Unknown's Battlegrounds, usually looking for a fourth man. Tower has all the Crusader Kings 2 expansions. If you want to play multiplayer and play with all the DLC without spending hundreds of dollars, bug him. And a bunch of us play Rising Storm 2. That's all I have right now. I can add... Do you want me to add, like, a separate thing for Overwatch, or do you want me to include Overwatch in the activities? Like, hey, a lot of us play Overwatch
I think
competitively.
Overwatch may need to be separate because I know a lot of people who would only come in for that. But there's enough of them that like I could even bring in like 3 or 4 people, and yeah, and they'd probably be okay with you joining Chaos just to like team up with Chaos.
Well, the structure for that would be something we would have to discuss probably separately.
We're gonna
Like,
talk about that on the forums.
Yes.
The recruitment policy. But in all honesty, I don't really want to recruit out of games that don't have any persistence. Like with like games like Rust and Minecraft and even Arma 3 for most mods, there's some persistence on the servers that you're playing on. Games like Overwatch and Rainbow Six, they're fun to play. But we wanna get people that are gonna stick around and contribute to something where we have a persistent presence and not something where we just, that was the problem that we had with Eternal Crusade. There was no persistent anything on the map, and it was the problem with PlanetSide as well. PlanetSide 2. So we'll have to talk about that a little bit. Like recruiting
User
out of Elite
joined your
Dangerous
channel.
would be super easy. Recruiting out of Eve would be easy, but
Arma 3 would be really interesting if we could, like, have some sort of mod development for it, but obviously it's a lot of work that we could be putting into high fidelity.
It's not really, though, because Arma's script, a lot of the scripts that we use would convert over to Arma a lot faster than they would to Hi-Fi.
Oh, so would you want to seriously consider something like that?
No, because I hate the Arma engine.
Oh, okay, fair enough, dude.
But we could, like, if there was enough interest in moving some of our stuff over to Arma, we could. That's what I'm saying.
We could, like, make some polls, like, okay, until high fidelity's done, what do you guys want to do if, like, Second Life really falls
We've still got
off?
a backlog of stuff that needs to be worked on. Dread has been working on things. I just didn't have stable enough internet to get on. So there's that. In terms of Mechanicus projects, Dread's working on vehicles. He's going to be doing a Bolter update, and Zane's doing God Favor versions of the new Bolter as well.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I've seen some of it. It's really good. Well
Yeah, it
done.
looks really good.
And there's also I actually am on the page to buy Substance right now. And then
I need to get Substance as well.
so the Kanava should be out pretty soon, like within the next week. I want to say, maybe.
Yeah. I have started modeling again. Right now I'm working on models for Neocron. If you guys want me to work on stuff for Chaos, that's fine, but Sarah and Zane already have a backlog of models that they're waiting on Dread to script, so me outputting more models for the group seems kind of pointless at the moment.
But what about my pistol?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay.
I mean, I can that gun that Minus asked me to make, like I still have to make that.
We need, okay. And now that I'm back and have stable internet, sorry, I'll be getting the auto gun up on Marketplace.
Okay, cool.
Probably tonight or in the morning. Just don't let me. If it's not up by Wednesday, remind me. And
All right.
Hold on. Blah blah. I think that's it.
I'll be around more now, because I think this was the last time I'm moving for a little while anyway.
Yeah.
At least a month or two.
Oh, so activity's been kind of decent, which is fine with the state of the SLMC. But like, I think someone said, I forgot who said earlier, like the SLMC, it doesn't run without us here. Like, we are the lifeblood of this community, whether they like it or not.
Because Tyro said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that a lot of groups missed us and wish we were doing more shit.
Yeah. So, like, we could, like, I think a lot
What
of
does
people...
it mean to you to be a Mercsketeer?
The thing is, like, so I know a lot of people are busy, and that's completely fine. I like, take care of your real life shit first. I'm just kidding. This is more pertinent, fucking nerds. But no, take care of your like real life shit before this, but like, don't like just quit like White Cat shit.
White Cat's still around. He's just.
I haven't seen him.
He was on Steam the other day. Will has been back around as well.
Yeah,
Masashi's
lightly.
back, lightly.
But like, everybody who's in here has usually got on, dropped whatever the fuck they're doing, and did defenses, which is great, and they provided valid excuses if they weren't, which is also good, and that's just something we just kind of need to like doing, and then if you guys want, we can do like a raid after this. Like, the thing is, like, there's no...
Fuck that.
The thing is, like, there is no place to raid, but there's like 2 or 3 people on Sim just in case there's a raid. They rally. They usually rally people on, or they'll tell us
to go
fuck
fight
off.
Dark's group. She's now Melna's group. We could go fight them. They're always on.
Yeah. And remind them.
Oh, kitty. Oh yeah.
And but like, we could easily come back. Like, right now we automatically have more people in the SLMC, like, just on the whim.
How many people are in the TeamSpeak right now?
A lot.
Well, 12 people.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's not a lot compared to our activity this time last year, though.
Yeah. Like, it could be drastically better, and I'm hoping by late fall and winter, it'll be kind of like more people will be back, because
I think what's probably gonna be happening throughout, we're gonna have to acknowledge the fact that within the next few months, about what we should do with the sim besides SLMC stuff, and we need, before this meeting ends, I would like to acknowledge the fact that I don't think it's viable to just run the sim like an SLMC sim anymore.
No, it's a combat sim now. It's
what I mean is that we're gonna have to work on NPC AI a little bit more and things like that, and give people to do on the sim, stuff to do on the sim that helps. Like, the issue is that we can afford the sim, but if we're the only ones using the sim,
no point.
I mean, that's cool, but you know, the only people that we really fight with anymore are Silverhawks, from what I've seen. And I like fighting Silverhawks. I mean, sometimes, you know, Temper's flare and stuff like that. But we need to provide something for people that aren't SLMC related that end up showing up on our sim because of the gay Hogwarts incest RP.
Yeah.
Well, then let's actually have a goal. Like, say, all right, so let's focus like the main Mechanicus priority to like.
Well, here's the thing. So I had a friend come into the sim yesterday, and I was showing her around, and she had like she was like an ultra, had all the lighting, shadows and stuff on, and she went down into, we took her down to the like sewers, and she's like, holy fuck, this is creepy as hell. And
then a zombie ran out of nowhere and killed her. That's been down there for 3 months.
Nope, there was no, no zombies. And like, she was like, you guys should do like some horror type stuff, because this is like part
I'll
of,
build a horror sim.
Yeah, a horror.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, realistically speaking, I would like to talk about that. This would be one of those. I know I said I wouldn't design another sim again, but in the very least, I could help build something down at the ground level that could accommodate that, and we could. I could easily make it something where people can go in and do shit solo to gain kind of points towards like getting new gear. Well, this would be for people who aren't in Chaos, obviously. And then if groups show up, they can actually basically pick color-coded teams with templates below them so that they could actually have team combat. And it wouldn't be SLMC based, it would be you show up to the sim and pick a team.
Yeah, I think that we need to start working on a system like that because we can merge it over.
I've been trying to push it for a while.
Merge it into High Fidelity, but we gotta... Here's the big thing. We have to get it out of the concept phase and working... and I'll sit down with you guys when I'm not working throughout the week, and I'll help you guys. You get off. You're off in the mornings, right, Minus?
I get off actually around noon. But the problem is that it just depends on what type of day I've had. Where I might have like 3 hours, 5 hours to sit around. I might only have 1. Yeah. So it's entirely based off what type of day I've had and what my schedule's like.
Yeah, for sure.
But I normally get off between noon and 3 o'clock.
Yeah. So just let me know when you're home sometime, and I can take a break from whatever I'm doing, and we'll sit down and we'll concept it out. I'll map out whatever logic needs to be done so that we can talk to Flying, Dredge, Schneebly, or somebody about working on it. And I mean, the sim will still be open for militaries to attack, but at least there'll be something else for people to do when there aren't any militaries around. So the sim's getting used.
I have an idea, like, what we could do. Like, we could have the team-based thing. And once we kind of get our like AI back, because you said like SL or Linden Labs is adding some sort of...
Okay, they hinted at maybe adding the ability to animate rigged mesh with scripts, but don't take my word for it because the article is gone now. I have no idea what happened to it. It was around, now it's gone. I hope that it becomes a thing because the big thing with doing it...
knows what the fuck they're doing.
Well, that's super easy to do, dude. Like, all you gotta do is drag a BVH file, like an animation file into the fucking thing, and if it's using the Second Life skeleton, you just tell it to play that animation over the skeleton. Like,
yeah, because you have to remember that even though rigged mesh can't move on its own right now, that skeleton information is actually saved to the mesh model itself. Yeah. It's there. It's just that what it is that when it's out and not on an avatar, it's basically told to go inert, whereas they could just tell it to become active.
Yeah.
So in theory, like, if they implemented this tomorrow, we could, like, animate, like, rigged mesh today. Or, sorry, tomorrow.
Yeah. We could take any of the animations we already have and put them on NPCs.
Yeah. All my animations would work in it, and we could use the same AO system that our guns use inside of an NPC.
And here's the thing that makes the zombies laggy is moving all the prims around to make them look good. If we didn't have to do that, it would alleviate a lot of the lag that's caused. And I have a full zombie animation set that I bought off Mixamo a long time ago. So I mean,
we'd also be able to we'd have to re-upload them, but we could do the zombies literally as one fucking object.
No, we already have those rigged as well. Yeah, Biller did that for us a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we could create like a horror experience, like for people. Like if we did like that genre to bring people into like our sim to kind of like spread us around. We would probably be on the destination guide like overnight. Like that's how quick. And I know a bunch of people we could invite, and they would invite their friends, and out that way.
One thing that I want to point out is that there were no promises about this happening, though. But we can already do the thing that I'm talking about in High Fidelity. Like it already works. So we need to start working on Hi-Fi a little bit more. I'm gonna see if I can get a new modem for over here because I think the modem's going bad over here. And then after that, I'll be around a lot more.
And also, update me when you get the whatever the fuck it was for the website.
Oh yeah, I can do that like later today.
Yeah, because then I don't know how I'm gonna get my fucking password or anything.
We'll just reset. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I'll start working on the website.
We'll just reset. We'll just reset the whole database for the WordPress install. Minus, are you on? Are we good? Like, I think that was pretty much the whole meeting, right?
Yep, that was it.
Yeah, we could do a Mechanicus meeting later about the whole.
Let's wait until Dred's around.
Yeah. I don't want to remove this sim build we have up top, so I want to do this as a secondary sim build that's down below, and then if that becomes a popular thing and we want to free up resources, and we're doing that more than we're doing the SLMC shit with the armies and all that, we could look at kind of like merging things together. And but the only issue I think that would have to be brought up is that if we're going to do that, we'd have to look at are we going to remain chaos and still use the chaos stuff, or is the sim just going to be thematically different but we're going to remain chaos, or are we going to switch out our thematics? That's going to be
there's enough prims available
to
where that we can do a whole nother build on the ground right now without a whole lot of worry. So
yeah, I agree with that entirely. That's what I want to start with, and then we'll look at where our priorities lie after we get all that set up.
Yeah
Because there's no reason to like completely change directions and all that jazz if we don't know if something's going to pan out. So.
All right, I think that's it. Unless anyone else has anything to say.
That, I guess.
Fire as a fag.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll shoot for daring, but we'll err on the side of caution.